Welcome to This Explainer. We're diving straight into Avraham Apatow's totally fascinating analysis of one of the most central texts in Jewish tradition, the 18 Blessings, also known as the Shmoneh Esrei. But what if we stop looking at this as just a standard daily prayer? We're going to explore Apatow's mind-bending proposition that this ancient text is actually a highly sophisticated technology. It's a structured system specifically designed for complete redemption, or Gula Shlema. So let's jump right in and see exactly how this ancient code works. We gotta start right at the root of the issue, with the core problem identified in our source material. The ultimate roadblock to this complete redemption is a deeply rooted struggle for unity. The text argues that the absolute biggest challenge for Israel, both historically and, honestly, right now in our present day, is coming together as one unified entity. It's an urgent issue, and it demands a really comprehensive solution. Section 1, the challenge of unity. To figure out how to overcome this immense challenge, we have to look back. The rabbis of the past actually formulated a highly specific structural response to this exact problem of this unity and the resulting state of exile. Our source text explains that the 18 Blessings was purposefully designed as a solution to this very problem. Its main focus, from day one, was bringing Israel out of exile. And the really fascinating part? According to Apatow's analysis, this consistent, centuries-long prayer is already being answered. We're literally seeing this solution manifesting reality through the return to the land and the rebuilding of the nation. It's an ancient solution directly addressing today's state of exile. But, while that physical return to the land is a massive milestone, the ultimate job of this prayer is still unfinished. We've got 3 major unfulfilled goals still on the table: reestablishing the kingdom, rebuilding the temple, and finally, the return of the divine presence. These are the missing pieces of the puzzle. They're the ultimate outcomes the Shmoneh Esrei was designed to bring about, which means the work just isn't quite done yet.
Section 2, a hidden prophetic code.
Okay, this next part is where things get really interesting because the source material completely reframes what this everyday ritual actually is. We are moving entirely away from the idea of just reciting words out of habit and getting into the mechanics of something way deeper. Apatow defines this prayer not just as a supplication, but as a prophetic code. Think of it as a secret technology, a model of wisdom meant to elevate the people using it to a much higher state of awareness. The text refers to this elevated state as Geula consciousness. It's an active, deliberate process of aligning with the very fabric of creation to basically unlock the gates to redemption. This brilliantly illustrates the massive paradigm shift required to actually use this code. Traditionally, we viewed prayer as a sort of laundry list for specific daily or practical needs, right? Just hoping for a better future or asking for things we want. But the Geula view requires us to completely flip our mindset. We have to experience the prayer as living in the present moment. We're entering into an eternal living process of redemption together during every single prayer period. It's a massive shift from individual future wishing to manifesting a collective present reality.
Section 3, entering Gela reality.
So how do we actually pull this off? To unlock this prophetic code and step into that reality, our source material tells us we need certain basic keys to understand the true mechanics of how collective prayer functions. The text draws a really fascinating parallel here. It points out that we already see the power of focused intention in highly successful individuals and nations. How do they achieve greatness? Always through 3 distinct steps. First, utilizing vivid imagination and an active belief in their purpose. Second, harnessing the sheer willpower to manifest their desire and destiny. And third, the actualization of that ultimate purpose. The argument here is that the 18 Blessings is beautifully designed to help us harness this exact same manifestation power, but collectively, as an entire nation. But there is a super vital distinction to make here. This collective power we're tapping into isn't for mere material stuff or personal desires. It is for our national longing to fulfill the ultimate purpose of creation. The whole goal of generating this immense, unified willpower is to do the Creator's will, to fundamentally transform human life, and to bring true peace and harmony. And we're not just talking about peace between mankind, but absolute total harmony between heaven and earth. Section 4, the triads of creation. Let's move to the climax of this explainer and see how this blueprint is literally built right into the fabric of existence. This is where the structural genius of the 18 Blessings really reveals itself. The source material makes a foundational, universe-altering claim here. Jewish spiritual practice and growth don't just happen in a vacuum. They are entirely dependent on understanding and then properly aligning ourselves with the very structure of creation itself. We basically have to know the exact shape of the universe in order to fit our consciousness into it perfectly. This cosmic structure outlines exactly what we need to align with, and notice how everything follows a perfect three-part harmony? Whether it's how we understand the Creator, the division of the universe into angelic, cosmic, and earthly realms, or even the depths of the Torah, from its deepest hidden secrets all the way to the revealed written word, everything is organized perfectly into a triad. Even the physical layout of the ancient temple and the makeup of the nation of Israel follow this exact same rule of three. It's a stunningly consistent pattern that literally defines reality. You can really see how deeply this three-part harmony runs through every conceivable level of reality. It scales seamlessly from the absolute highest spiritual concepts down to earthly architecture and right into our own internal human psychology. I mean, when we look at ourselves, we see intelligence, thought and emotion, and our physical senses. This triad structure is undeniably the universal language of creation, echoing from the cosmos straight into the human mind. Section 5. Actualizing pure potential. So the crucial point is how the 18 blessings, this prophetic code we've been talking about, utilizes this exact same cosmic structure to manifest reality. The text reveals that the prayer itself is perfectly mapped to these triads. By matching the structure of our prayers to the inherent structure of creation, we naturally align ourselves with the will of God. And the source text beautifully defines the will of God as the pure potential of life and His awesome power. When our internal psychological structure matches the universe's geometric structure, we tap directly into that pure, unbounded potential. And that precise alignment is exactly what allows us to bring that pure potential into actualization. Once you understand this deeper structural purpose, it changes absolutely everything about your daily routine. Instead of forcing yourself to pay attention to words on a page, you're tapping into a much higher level of concentration. The profound meaning built into the structure itself provides the means for a completely natural actualization of focus, deeply enriching your purpose every single time you pray. Which brings us to our final thought. We've seen that the 18 blessings is far, far more than a simple list of daily needs. It's an ancient, highly structured prophetic code deliberately designed to align us with the very triads of creation, all to manifest complete redemption. Knowing this, how will your concentration and intention shift the next time you step into this living, eternal process? Thank you for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this new perspective totally transforms how you engage with this ancient text.